OTV annual convention Foresight 2023 को आपण मानकु स्वागत करूची मुशी लागना. Foresight 2023 changing times, changing minds.
दुजार 11 ए सफर आरंभ होइतिला एवं ए वर्ष पर वर्ष गोटे नुआ संकल्प सहित आग को बढ़ी चली एवं ए यात्रा आमर प्रतिश्रुति जे आग को एमती बढ़ी चली आपण मानकु समस्त को हार्दिक स्वागत आउ अभिनंदन ओटीवी एनुअल कनक्लेव फोरसाइट 2023 को. तो आरंभ करवा आज बहु प्रतीक्षित कार्यक्रम मंच उपर को मु आसवा अनुरोध करी ओडिशा टेलीविजन नेटवर्क मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर तथा को फाउंडर श्रीमती जगी मंगत पंडा को. लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, प्लीज हैव ए ग्रेट राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज फॉर मैम.
नमस्कार. ओटीवी फोरसाइट 2023 13th एडिशन को मु आपण मानकु आम समस्त दर्शक मानकु स्वागत जनाऊँगी. विशेष करी आमर आजिर मुख्य अतिथि श्री गडकरी जी, यूनियन मिनिस्टर रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड हाईवेज, और आमर आजिर स्पीकर्स जो माने दिल्ली, मुंबई, बेंगलोर, अहमदाबाद रु आसीचंती आ आज आम गहन अच्छी. गत 25 वर्ष भितरे ओटीवी रे बहुत किछि परिवर्तन हेछि, किंतु गोटे कथा बदलिनी आउ से होछि ओटीवी प्रति आपण मानकर भल पाइबा. ओटीवी आगुरु जेमती सठिक और निरपेक्ष खबर पहुँचाउथिला एबे भी सेमती ही काम करी चलीछि. आपण मानकर भल पाइबा जोगु ओटीवी तार नंबर 1 स्थान बजाय रखी पारिछि. आजिरो फोरसाइट रे we have eminent speakers who are experts in their own domains and will address a wide range of topics from education, health, and others. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to our speakers who are mostly in the front, who have taken time out of their busy schedule and have come to Bhubaneswar to join us for the Foresight program today. Before I end, I would like to thank all our guests, speakers, sponsors, and most of all our viewers who have showered OTV with all their love by being ardent viewers of OTV for the last 25 years. We do hope our viewers' good wishes and love for us will continue to grow and will motivate us to continue delivering free, fair and unbiased news for many, many decades to come. Thank you. Namaskar.
We have the honor to have a very special video message from Honorable Union Minister of Road, Transport and Highways, Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, wishing this conclave, this platform all success, sending a lot of love. So can we please play the video message?
I am really pride and pleasure for me that Indian infrastructure is developing very fast, and that is one of the reason as growth rate in India is very high. If we want to start industry, everywhere we need road infrastructure, water, power, transport and communication. Without that we cannot develop industry, and without industry we cannot have capital investment. If capital investment and industry if we have, we will create employment potential, and by employment potential we will create eradication of poverty. It is really a great pride for me. The road infrastructure, the way in which it is developed in India, it is at par, very excellent and with the international standards. We are making 2-lane pave shoulder road, we are making 4-lane, 6-lane, 8-lane roads, and now green express highway and industrial corridors. In Odisha also, we are doing a lot of road project. I will promise you that at the end of 24, the road infrastructure, national highway road infrastructure in Odisha will be equivalent to USA, and that is going to accelerate the development and growth in Odisha. At the same time, the same way we are working in Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Arunachal, Meghalaya, Tripura, Northeast, Kashmir, Uttarakhand, Himachal, Andhra, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, everywhere. I am really happy that we are using the best technology. We are also working on, as a transport minister, on alternative fuel, ethanol, methanol, biodiesel, bio-CNG, bio-LNG, electric, green hydrogen. And I am confident that presently the logistic cost in India is 16%. In China it is 8 to 10%. In USA and European country it is 12%. Our mission is to take it up to single digit, that is up to 9%. By making green highways, good highways, I am confident at the end of 24 we are going to reduce the logistic cost up to less than 10%. It is up to 9%. I am really happy the power is available. The dream of the Prime Minister to make 60% of the power in the basket, that is to be solar power, green power, by which 100% we are going to create green India. It is very important for all the society and the country, that is circulation economy. I always telling to people that conversion of waste into wealth. Innovation, entrepreneurship, science, technology, research, skill and successful practices. We name it as knowledge, and conversion of knowledge into wealth is the future. At the same time, in the circulation economy, we have started scrapping policy by which it will be easy for us to get aluminium, copper, rubber, steel on low cost, by which we can reduce the cost of our automobile and final product by 25 to 30%. So this is the time that we need to develop India. There is a huge potential. Whole world is interested to deal with India. We are the fastest growing economy, and the mission of our Prime Minister to make Indian economy of $5 trillion. For that reason, now water, power, transport and communication everywhere, we are developing good infrastructure in the country. So it's 100% the three important stakeholders of the society where we need to be concentrated on ethics, economy and ecology and environment. I am confident that we have to make green India, we have to make Atmanirbhar Bharat, and we have to make super economic power in the world, Vishwa Guru. And that is for the reason of good infrastructure. We are in the process of that. Once again, my all best wishes to OTV. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
OTV फोरसाइट एनुअल कनक्लेव 2023 ये प्रथम अधिवेशन बिजनेस सेशन
It will be an absolute honor to hear from one woman of substance who is giving million other women wings to fly. Ma'am, may I request you to please join us on stage and share your thoughts with the house. But जोरदार ताली.
जोरदार
चेतना सिन्हा गोपाल.
Thanks for inviting me to share my journey. Actually, today I'm going to share not just my own journey, but the journey of women whom I have met in my life while working in rural India. These women are exceptional women. They have no degree, no travel, no exposure. Incredible women. But with this whole, in spite of having no opportunities, no education, they have been my teacher. And not only that, but in my journey of life, I am so humbled to share with you that today I am going to share the lessons I have learned from these women, and they have always been a guide, teacher, or in my journey of my life. So while traveling in India, I met my husband, who is a farmer, not highly educated, fell in love, married him, left Mumbai. My family and friends were horrified because they thought I won't be able to stay in a small village in Maswat, small town. A Bombay girl going to that small place where there was no running water, no electricity, no transportation. And so one day, this lady, Kantabai, she came to me and she said, I want to open a saving account. So I said, okay, if you really want to save, why don't we go to the banks? So I took Kantabai. The banker said that her savings are too small. She wanted to save 5 rupees, 10 rupees a day. And banker said that we cannot, she's not an affordable client for us. So then it came to in my mind that if banks are not opening the account of Kantabai, why can't we start a bank for women like Kantabai? And anyway, I was known to Mumbai, so I directly went to Central Bank, Reserve Bank of India, and I said that, we want to start a women's bank, and these women want to do savings, and that is the only way you can do it. And so when I went with the application, The application had the whole proposal, business plan, action plan, everything. But the promoting members, who were these women, they had a thumb impression. On that ground, the central banks, our Reserve Bank, denied the license, saying that we cannot issue a license to the bank whose promoting members are non-literate. I was nervous. You know what our women said? We did get the license because we are not educated. We are not responsible also because when we were growing, schools were not there. But why are you crying? We will learn to read and write from today. After 5 months, we went again. And then at that time, I didn't go alone. So I took our 15 women to Reserve Bank of India. But when we entered the office of the director, you know what our women said? They said, you rejected our license because we cannot read and write. Our women said, we cannot read and write, but we can count. And they challenged the officer. Ask us to calculate the interest of any principal amount. If we fail, don't issue the license. But tell your officers to do it, calculate it without calculator, and see who can calculate faster. Needless to say that we got the banking license. But every time, and Kantabai, who was like the first person who was talking about the saving account, from her house, she was staying on the street, now she's staying in her own house, which she has bought with the support of the bank by taking loan. So these are the women who are changing they are not only just dreaming, but they are making their dreams true. As I mentioned that these women are my teachers, I've learned lessons from them. Never provide poor solutions to poor people. Our courage is the capital. And I would tell all of you, there must be so many people around you in the village. They must be so courageous, and their courage can become your capital also. Thank you so much.
So now this is time to move on to our next speaker, the Managing Director of Juventus Healthcare Limited, Mr. Prakash Guha.
Jota Ajira topic, how to curtail the growth of fake drugs in our country. In India, almost say 20 top companies have got 70% market share. And rest, we have got more than 5,000 pharma companies, but only 20 companies holds 70% market share, and rest all companies put together is around say 30% or little lesser than that. Actually, these companies have got large field force, including ours. First thing, we have trained our field force, because our field force, they are covering entire country, goes to nook and corner of this country, and they are the first source of information to us that what is happening at the ground level. And the moment we get information from this source, we work on that. Number one, what we do is we consult our legal cell. We consult with them, and legal cell sends a desist, that is cease and desist notice to this vendors, whoever is selling, and tries to strike off their license as well as their activities through legal process. And post that, what we do is that we inform drug department, then we also inform vigilance cell, which is there. Government has created a vigilance cell where we inform them that this type of activities are happening. And then also what we do is we mail our doctors, and also try to circulate through various mediums to different consumers and users about the fake drugs which is available in the market. That is one way of doing that. And we are getting a lot of supports from all external agencies also, including government and the drug departments also nowadays. And everybody is now very vigilant, and people are trying to fix this situation so that this doesn't continue forever, and we can come to a situation wherein the entire industry is free from this kind of activities. So with this, I thank you everybody. Okay, thanks.
OTV Foresight 2023, co-powered by S&M Group, supported by Jindal Steel and Power Limited, co-supported by IMFA, Bharat Masala and MGM Minerals, associate sponsors Rufon Cement, Ashwini Hospital, Paradeep Phosphates Limited, EVOS and Vedic Group of Institutions. Participants MCL, Nalco, JSL, Siksha, Anusandhan. Our next guest has on billions of music lovers across the world.
The legendary music director Anuji is with us here. We would request him to join us on stage and स्वयं पाढ़ी आम सहित अच्छा तांको भी आम अनुरोध करूँ मंच उपरको आसवाई एवं ए सेशन को मॉडरेट करने परिचालना करने.
So, welcome Anu Malik ji here. Let's have a big round of applause for him. Thank you so much sir for being here. And आप 7 साल की उम्र से ही you started writing your first lyrics in Marathi, right? And in 1970s.
No, it was not the lyrics. It was written. Yere yere pausa. There was this poetry which I found very difficult to understand. I was only 7. So, स्वयं वो जो poetry थी, to make it easy for me, I started humming a tune. So suddenly when I came home, Daddy, my father, the late and great Sardar Malik Sahab, he heard me and he said, तुम क्या कर रहे हो? And suddenly he gave me a piece of paper. And उसी वक्त बोला कि अभी कुछ बनाओ. And I suddenly composed a tune and I made it in front of him. And he hugged me and said, you're my Mozart. So वहाँ से मेरी journey शुरू हुई as a composer. Every composer composes in his own way. Composition is not by you. It is by Saraswati माँ. माँ का अगर आशीर्वाद ना हो तो गाने बनते नहीं है. तो let's put it this way. सरस्वती ये नोट याद. सरस्वती वीणा सरस्वती वीणा मुश्किल है इनके बिन जीना. ये अचानक अभी आया. This is not me. This is Bharat. This is India. This is Anu Malik, born in India. This is the greatness of India. There is no country, there never was a country, there can never be a country better than India.
हुक लाइन्स जैसे है तो वो आप लिरिसिस्ट को हमेशा बोल देते हैं कि ये रखना चाहिए या दे कम बाय देयर ओन एंड देन आफ्टर दैट ओके गाने को
most of the songs which you all have heard जो कैचिंग नंबर्स. एक गरम चाय की प्याली हो, कोई उसको पिलाने वाली हो.
2 लाइन हो जाए तो सर अच्छा लगता.
एक गरम चाय की प्याली हो, कोई उसको पिलाने वाली हो, चाहे गोरी हो या काली हो, सीने से लगाने वाली हो. ओ मिल जाए तो मिल जाए हर गम. तररम पम पम तररम पम पम तररम पम पम. But more than all these, चुरा के दिल मेरा गोरिया चली और ऊंची है बिल्डिंग लिफ्ट तेरी बंद है. This is my style of music which मुखड़े मैंने लिखे हैं. But the song which I've been very close to is a song from the film Border, संदेशे आते हैं, which was a situation given to me by JP Saab and said कि write a song for the soldiers, for an Indian Army jawan. And I feel very proud कि every Republic Day, every Independence Day, ये गाना जो जावेद साहब ने लिखा है जो मैंने कंपोज किया है is played ad nauseam.
आप ये वेरिएशंस ऑफ सिंगिंग मतलब वेरिएशन ऑफ म्यूजिक और गाने कैसे बनाते हैं मतलब हाउ डज इट कम?
It depends on the situation. For example, when the director wants कि फिल्म का नाम है बॉर्डर, फिल्म का नाम है LOC कारगिल, फिल्म का नाम है रेफ्यूजी which fetched me my national award. So I feel कि जो फिल्म की सिचुएशन होती है that plays in my mind. क्योंकि क्या होता है अगर जुड़वा है तो वहाँ संदेशी आते जा नहीं सकता है. जहाँ बॉर्डर है वहाँ ऊंची बिल्डिंग गाना आ नहीं सकता है. तो सिचुएशन प्लेज द वर्ड्स द लिरिक्स माहौल जो होता है उसके हिसाब से मैं गाना बनाता हूँ.
आप क्या सोचते हैं कि अभी का जो कंपोजिशंस है उसका मान्यता जो है वो कम हो रहा है so that they are taking all the songs of 90s and they are making it, remaking it. और आपने ऐसे ही कुछ गाने बनाए थे उस दौर पे कि जो सालों साल हर डेकेड में चले और then after that people are making a remake out of it.
Let me answer it विस्तार में. The youngsters today deserve to hear what we have created. एक बार जब गाने बन जाते हैं ना तो हमारे नहीं रहते, वो दुनिया के हो जाते हैं. लेकिन जो मेहनत की गई गाना बनाने में, obviously when somebody else picks up your मेहनत, so they want to be acknowledged. Say तुमने गाना गा दिया वो, which is fair because youngsters want to hear a voice which they are connected to. मैंने तो नोटिस किया, हमारा जो मेरा गाना अभी चला है वो गाना आपको मैं सुना देता हूं. हम दोनों हैं अलग अलग, हम दोनों हैं जुदा जुदा, एक दूजे से कभी कभी रहते हैं हम खफा खफा. लड़की देखी मुंह से सीटी, बजे हाथ से ताली, अरे सारा आइला उफमा आएगा पोरी आले आले, मैं खिलाड़ी तू अनाड़ी. नाउ दिस सॉन्ग, ये मुखड़ा भी हमने जब सोचा था, ये मस्ती भी जो हमने गाने में डाली थी हमने क्रिएट की. देन somebody else comes and creates it. It's time to give back. So I'm not against all this.
You made LOC border kind of movie as well. So I was
LOC Kargil.
LOC Kargil, yes, correct. So इतने सारे अच्छे गाने बनाने के बाद I was thinking like पद्मश्री के लिए भी if somebody nominates.
Of course, बहुत अच्छा सवाल है आपका. अच्छा, you set me thinking. अच्छा, मुझे हाँ वाकई मिला नहीं अभी तक.
Actually, it is not a thought of mine. It is just a tweet that I had seen.
ये अभी सडनली मैंने रियलाइज किया मुझे मिला नहीं है. ये संदेश से आते बनाया. हर आदमी चाहता है कि मेरे माता पिता अब तो रहे नहीं, तो मेरे माता पिता मेरा देश है भारत. तो ऑफकोर्स मैं भी चाहूंगा मेरे को थपथपी मिले, तो आप लोग प्रार्थना करना, शिव जी ने चाहा तो ये भी हो जाएगा, पद्मश्री भी मिल जाएगा भगवान ने चाहा तो हम वो गाना सुना लेते हैं. संदेश से आते हैं हमें तड़पाते हैं, जो चिट्ठी आती है वो पूछे जाती है कि घर कब आओगे, कि घर कब आओगे, लिखो कब आओगे, कि तुम बिन ये घर सोना सोना. तुझे अंतरा याद है ना? ए गुजरने वाली हवा बता, मेरा इतना काम करेगी क्या, मेरे गाँव जा मेरे दोस्तों को सलाम दे. वहाँ रहती है मेरी बूढ़ी माँ, उसके पैरों को छूकर प्रणाम दे. मैं वापस आऊंगा, मैं वापस आऊंगा, फिर उसी गाँव में पेड़ की छाँव में, कि घर कब आओगे, लिखो कब आओगे, कहो कब आओगे, कि तुम बिन ये घर सोना सोना है. जय हिंद, जय भारत.
So right now the age of digital media that has come. So abhi Instagram mein everybody is putting their own songs. Instantly they are getting fame, right? So what is that your take on that?
Can I be honest about this?
Yes, sir.
What is the harm in getting famous? Technology is a boon. So I would tell everybody, there is no substitute for hard work जो बोलते हैं. मेहनत तो करनी पड़ेगी, जान तो लगानी पड़ेगी. And अगर आप सोचते हो कि आज आप फेमस हो गए and it's going to stay forever, no. 45 years मेरा composition, I have completed 350 films. I have completed 45 years of composing music. But there is एक चीज मैं नहीं भूला हूँ. इंग्लिश में कहावत है, I know that I don't know. I still have a long way to go. आदमी अगर वो बोले कि मैंने ये किया, मैंने वो किया, कल मैंने, कुछ नहीं होता है. हर गाने को अपना पहला गाना समझता हूँ. अभी मेरे पास चले कोई डायरेक्टर आए ना, मैं बाजा लेके 100 ट्यून अभी भी शुरू कर दूं. आई एम एक्साइटेड लाइक अ चाइल्ड. आई लुक बिग, बट अंदर से मैं अभी भी वही 5 साल का बच्चा हूँ.
OTV के लिए एक शायरी अगर हो जाए सर.
Oh my God! ये माहौल को देखते हुए. This man is actually taking my ये इम्तिहान. There is this examination कि is Anu Malik so talented that prove it. OTV पर चलो एक गाना बना देते हैं अचानक. OTV. Are you ready guys? अभी आ रहा है. जो भी आएगा, अगर अच्छा लगे तो ताली बजाना, नहीं अच्छा लगे तो माफ कर देना प्लीज. See it with your husband. See it with your wife. See it with your family. See it with your children. See it with your patni, yani ki biwi. Nothing is better than OTV. 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 I swear I made it right now. See it with your husband. 1, 2. See it with your wife. See it with your children. See it with your family. See it with your patni. Yani ke BV. Kyunke nothing is better than OTV. 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 Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
समय सहित चिंताधारा केमती परिवर्तन आसी मानसिकतार केमती परिवर्तन आसी युव गोष्ठी क्षेत्र में खास करी आम जो देखा ताले बड़ परिवर्तन आसूची से परिवर्तन को पाथेय करी से आग को बढ़ुंट स्वप्न भी बड़ देखुंट हासिल करने दिगरे से अग्रसर होती
गतानुगतिक ठारू केते दूर रे केते भिन्न आजिर ओडिया
ये पर्याय को परिचालना करने श्रीयुक्त विजय मल्ल को मंच को आसवाई अनुरोध करी साहित्यिका तथा प्रशासिका पारमिता शतपथी ओडिशा सिने जगतर सुपरस्टार सिद्धांत महापात्र अंतर्जातीय बालुका शिल्पी सुदर्शन पट्टनायक और साहित्यिक असित महांती बिग राउंड ऑफ एप्लॉज।
आजिर प्रसंग होची आजिर ओडिया गतानुगतिक धारा ठारू केते अलगा मु आरंभ करी असित महांती पाखरु मु जड़े ओडिया ये कथा कहले आमे प्रथम कौन बुझा
ओडिया आमर भाषा ओडिया आमर संस्कृति ओडिया आमर परिचिति किंतु लक्ष्य करा जाउची अतीत ऐतिह्य जहाँ उपरे जातिर परिचिति ठिया है नुआ पीढ़ी केमिति के जानी ताठू टिके विच्युत होउचंती सेति मात्रा अतीत सहित जोड़ी हो नाहांती आ पछरे गुरुत्वपूर्ण कथा होची आमर जहाँ पाठ्यक्रम रखा जाइछि सेथिरे ओडिशा को नुआ पीढ़ी पाखे परिचित करने पिलादिन ठूँ कौनसी व्यवस्था नहीं जेपर्यंत मूलरू से कथाटी नही जो नुआ पीढ़ी आगुक आगुक आसवे से अतीत ऐतिह्य ठारू विच्छिन्न हेबे जहाँफल से मैंने ओडिशार भित्ति जहाँ उपरे आमर परिचिति ठिया है ताकू छाड़िकी आ गोटे कौन नुआ परिचिति खोजे जार आमर मूल सहित कौन संपर्क नथिबो।
ओडिया ओडिशा को चिन्हुनी बा ओडिया को भी चिन्हुनी से गोटे नुआ परिचय भितर बांधि होगा जाऊँगी या सहित आपण एकमत हेबे सुदर्शन बाबू?
निश्चिंत भाव में केत मात्रा आम भूली जाऊे जे आमर निजर अस्मिता एवं बहु क्षेत्र में देखा मिलूँ बर्तमान जोटा असित सार कहले मुझे सहमत
भूली जाऊे
जो संस्कृतिर कथा कहुए जो प्रणाम बा नमस्कार आरंभ होता आजिकल सका देखला बेलू से जगार गोटे एमती इमोजी आपणकर कहते सहीटा आसीगला आम नमस्कारटा को बा प्रणाम को बा दंडवत को आम सीमित कर सारे हाथ जोड़ार गोटे चिन्ह भितर जदि भल हो मो पाखे से प्रकार इमोशन नहीं मो पाखे कहवाई जे एटा भल हो गोटे थम्स अप करके देखो मत भल लगे तो धीरे धीरे आम सांकेतिक भाषा आड़ को पड़े जाऊे सतरे कौन आम पाखे मो पाखे प्रश्न जे युवपीढ़ी पाखे सतरे 24 घंटा को वर्णना करने मो पाखे मात्र 24 घंटा समय या मु कहिबी ना मो पाखे 24 घंटार समय अच्छी मुझे जहाँ चाहिए करें।
जिते इंद्रद्युम्न को पचारे जे तुम कि वर मागुच माग सी कहले जे मो वंशरे कहीं न रहू जी कह जे देउल मो बापा की अजा तैयारी करिछि ये देउलर श्रेय साधारण जनतांकर साधारण तंत्र प्रथम उद्घोषणा यही माटी होता ये हूँ मोर अस्मिता किंतु से अस्मिता को मुझे प्रचारित करें आमे हुए तो एमती दोषकी अच्छे कि जे अतीत को भूली जावाक बसीचे नुआ परिचय तैयारी करने को चेष्टा करुचे ता भितर आमे निजे मध्य गोटे द्वंद्व अच्छे मु कौ ओडियाटी केमिति
ओडिशा विभिन्न क्षेत्र में निजक प्रतिपादित करिपारिछि तेबे मते लागुछि जे केते गुडे मान्यक अछि जहाँ आम भाविबा जे सतरे आम स्टीरियोटाइप बा गतानुगतिका धारा ठारू केमिति अलगा हेलु आमे माने आह्वानर केमिति मुकाबिला करुछु समस्यार समाधान करुछु अभियोग को दूर करने को चाहूँ बा से गोली घाटी रहा चाहूँ कहवा बाहुल्य इंडिविजुअल व्यक्तिगत भाव में अनेक ओडिया बहुत ऊपर को जाइछंती सामूहिक भाव में किंतु समस्त को नहीं यही भाषाभित्तिक राज्यर भौगोलिक सीमाबद्धतारू बाहरी समस्त को नहीं केमी आम ऊपर को जीवा से हूँ आम बर्तमान गोटे सबुठ बड़ आह्वान बोली मु विश्वास करे।
गोटे जातिर परिचय बा तार अस्मिता क्या उपर निर्भर करुच्ची आम भाषा आम संस्कृति आम ऐतिह्य आम अर्थनीति एवं आम समाज ताहा ही आमको भिन्न करी अनठू चिन्हब बा आमर मर्यादा अन्य पाखे उपस्थापित करिवो से संस्कृतिर गोटे अंग है बड़ अंग हूँ कला तेणु आमको आम परिचित करवा बाहर आम शिल्पी जाकि बाहर छिड़ा हेबे आम शिल्पी शिल्पकला जो थे ओडिशा प्रतिफलित होउथबो ताको सारा विश्व देखुथिबो एवं से शिल्पीर मर्यादा बढ़ुथिबो सेठी आमर गोटे अस्मिता तैयारी होगा सुजोग तैयारी होबो ये सब हो पारुछि कि
मु तो जितेबाला बालुका चित्रकला करवा परे एवं से समय ये पर मुझे विदेश रे जाइए देखिली जे प्रकृत में आमर जो ओन आर्ट फॉर्म अच्छी तो कोठी ना कोठी आम पाखे टी अभाव थिला जे आमे ताकू प्रॉपर एग्जिबिट करि पारनथुलु मु जानी से तो गोटे राष्ट्रीय ललित कला एकेडमी आर्ट गैलरी थिला एवं जो गैलरी सब क्रिएट कराइला एवं प्राइवेटली कराउतला ताकू मेंटेन करिया डिफिकल्ट थिला तो मुझे भाविली जे कोरापुट रे जड़े शिल्पी जदि तार पेंटिंग करुच्ची कि गोटे पिलाटे भल पेंटिंग करुच्ची सी आर्ट टी को कौटी एग्जिबिशन करिवो जदि आमे प्रत्येक सहर रे गोटे स्टेज टी पाई पारुचे आमे गोटे परफॉर्मेंस करिया पई गोटे आर्टिस्ट पई तार कौटी भी प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं ता कला को सी एग्जिबिट करिया पई तो सेति पई मु भाविली जे प्रत्येक जिले रे गोटे गोटे आर्ट गैलरी हवा कथा मो कहबार माने से चेष्टाटा कोठी ना कोठी करिवार बहुत आवश्यक रही सबु सहर पाई भारत वर्षर
बर्तमान आपण कहवा कथा जे ओडिशा रे गोटे भित्तिभूमि धीरे धीरे तैयारी होउची आर्ट पाई सेति पई आपनको धन्यवाद ओडिया आग निजको चिन्हु आधुनिक समयर ओडिया आजिर ओडिया धीरे धीरे बदलुची किंतु से बदलवा सहित तार अतीत को से बाँ हाथ में धरी थाऊ डाहाण हाथ में भविष्य को आह्वान करू थाऊ और विश्वमुखी हो थाऊ आजिर यह ही हूँ कामना ओडियार जय हो ओडिशार जय हो जय जगन्नाथ समस्त धन्यवाद।
OTV Foresight 2023 co-powered by S&M Group, supported by Jindal Steel and Power Limited, co-supported by IMFA, Bharat Masala and MJ Minerals. Associate sponsors, Rufon Cement, Ashwini Hospital, Paradeep Phosphates Limited, EVOS and Vedic Group of Institutions. Participants MCL, Nalco, JSL, Siksha ओ अनुसंधान।
स्वास्थ्य ही संपद दर्शक बंधु एवं जदि आमे निकट अतीतर कथा कहबा ताहले कोविड परवर्ती समय रे अंततपक्षे आमे समस्ते ये कथा को रियलाइज करिछे स्वास्थ्य प्रकृत रे केते जरूरी विशेष करी मानसिक भाव रे आमे केमती फिट रही परिबा से नहीं अनेक समय आम माने वर्तमान आलोचना भी करुछे। तेबे परिवर्तित परिस्थिति रे ए प्रसंगर यथार्थता को नहीं आजिर आमर ए आलोचना।
एवं ये प्रसंग में आलोचना करने जो मैंने आम सहित उपस्थित अच्छा से होती पद्मश्री डॉक्टर तारा प्रसाद दास महोदय, वाइस चेयरमैन LV प्रसाद आई इंस्टीट्यूट, डॉक्टर निम्रत सिंह क्लिनिकल साइकोलॉजिस्ट, बिहेवियरल ट्रेनर एंड ऑथर, डॉक्टर राजेश चंद्र मिश्र। मैं अनुरोध करी आम पैनलिस्ट मानक मंच को आसबे और सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट श्री संदीप मिश्र महोदय को अनुरोध ये मंच ए सेशन रे से मॉडरेशन करेंगे।
Generally people tend to dub all mental illnesses as madness, which creates some kind of a social stigma. So I would start with Dr. Singh. Do you think with increased awareness and advancement in medical sciences, the stigma barriers are lessening?
1% out of 10 people in India, you know, it amounts to what? 1 person in a family at some point or the other has struggled with mental health. And 80% of the people who struggle with mental health do not get treatment for at least 1 year. Another thing which I want to bring up is how long do you think it takes to detect cancer? Can I ask the audience? So by the symptom, in how much time can you know a symptom of cancer like? Yeah, so average, I'm just taking the average, it's 2 years. In depression, how much time do you think it takes to detect depression? 10 years. I'm cutting it very short right now, 10 years. I did a little research in a school where I talked to students, college students and teachers, and there were questions on depression. Can you tell me which group knew the most about depression? Teachers hai, college students hai, or school children hai? School students knew most about depression and teachers knew the least about depression. 80% of our problems start with stress. 80% of the people in hospitals are because of stress. And where does stress get generated? Is it in the body? Is BP and sugar and cardiac in the body, or first does it come from the mind that the person is stressed? So in a way, yes, now we are recognizing it and now it's become seamless. You talk about physical health or mental health, we are talking about the same thing.
In this kind of a scenario, I would ask Dr. Mishra, is the government doing enough?
The problem with mental health is, first, we did not know that mental is a disease. As far as awareness is concerned, awareness about disease, let me tell you very clearly that nowhere in the world all this thing is done by any government or organization. It is we who has to get aware. The biggest problem we have the education. Since there is a taboo behind it. Taboo is that कि लोग मतलब I have mental health, so people will say that I am mad. That taboo has been created. Mental health is not new. हमारे जितने भी शास्त्र हैं, जितने भी ग्रंथ हैं, सब में डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ मेंटल हेल्थ मेंशन है, उनके उपाय भी मेंशन है. बट प्रॉब्लम इज दैट कि इन ड्यू कोर्स ऑफ द टाइम mental health first was not recognized, and when it was recognized in a wrong way. What government can do, recognizing the problem, they can create awareness. Like government can help in recognizing कि भाई आपको mental disorder है, you are not mad, you are part of the family, you are part of the society. Society should not, society reject कर देती है, family reject कर देती है. ये चीज़ नहीं होनी चाहिए. So one more thing which I want to tell everybody, and which is most important, we all have stress. We all have stress some kind. And हमारे शास्त्रार्थ आजकल जितने भी बाबा लोग हैं, सिर्फ एक ही चीज़ की बात होती है. And we all should do breath. We have forgotten to breathe, because the breath, getting good oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide is the best ever stress buster. So whenever you are stressed, just be mindful. Mindful means be with yourself, breathe properly, lot of things can be taken care of.
Yeah, so I would come to Dr. Das, because you've been in the medical profession for decades, you've been observing the trend. Do you think the policy makers have adequate knowledge of the subject? Do they focus as much as they should? And is the private sector also contributing enough?
The amount of, in my 42 years in medical science and ophthalmology, I have seen a huge change in way you diagnose by imaging technology, technique, telemedicine, far away consultation, etc., etc. But everything has not defined mental health properly. So we think that mind, body and soul, if you think properly, we thought about only the body, not the mind and the soul. So I have got many patients, and they only want to hear one thing: if you become a patient anywhere, I am a patient somewhere also, will I become all right? When a patient asks a question, will I become all right, if you do not answer that question in a simple language, yes, I will take care of you, but start talking about medical jargon, statistics, etc., then that stress starts from there actually. So stress, medical doctors also create this stress. That portion most probably not been discussed properly. So supposing we have not apply the causality of everything and start talking about the life, then things will be all right. If you have the life itself, then who will start it? Why should government start it? So that is the amount of how do you reduce the stress. If you are doing something willingly, joyfully, then there is no stress at all. So it depends on how you take it. Now government is doing what government can do. Unfortunately, because it is a medical, hospitality has become an industry. I don't like that word myself though. So people are looking at how do you make it quick money, because while IT industry brought a lot of goodness to us, badness is that everybody thought that quick way you can earn money. To become a good doctor takes 12 years at least. To be a better doctor takes another 12 years most probably. So that's amount of stress is going on and on and on.
And honestly, do not take it lightly. Mental health is not to be taken lightly. I've seen people die of suicide because they were not listened to. Ek raat pehle, the daughter is saying that I am not feeling good. And the mother held on to her and slept. The mother left the room, this girl hung herself, and nothing happens overnight. She may have tried doing this many times. And depression ke baad, many times it ends like this. So don't take them lightly. Don't judge them. That's the least we can do as human beings, not judge others.
Thank Dr. Rajesh Mishra, Dr. Nimrat Singh and Dr. Thara Prasad Das for throwing light on this very important subject, mental health issues. Thank you so much.
OTV Foresight 2023, co-powered by S&M Group, supported by Jindal Steel and Power Limited, co-supported by IMFA, Bharat Masala and MGM Minerals, associate sponsors, Rufon Cement, Ashwini Hospital, Paradeep Phosphates Limited, EVOS and Vedi Group of Institutions, participants MCL, NALCO, JSL, Siksha o Anusandhan.
एबे सेशन से एंटरटेनमेंट को नहीं.
So I'll take this opportunity to invite on stage the much talked about director Vivek Ranjan Agnihotri, and with him the actress, writer and producer of the film Pallavi Joshi. Congratulations team for winning Dada Saheb Phalke Award as the best film of 2023. That was a lot of hard work, and as they say, hard work pays. So the team is here. I'll request founder Oliver the Media, Samar Pratap Nayak, to join us on stage and moderate this wonderful session. Can we have a round of applause for the moderator and panelists, please?
As a filmmaker, you have made movies despite the backlash, despite threats of physical violence, trolling, be it in real life or on the digital forum, right? And you still made these movies, right? Both of you, in your own right. What motivated you, and what key takeaways you could give to the new filmmakers who are coming into this field, and how can they navigate this landscape without being overwhelmed, without being scared or terrified that अगर मैं इस topic के बारे में बात करूँगा, what kind of backlash do I have to?
I never planned to be a filmmaker. I was in advertising and in a totally different world. But life takes you to unknown territories, so that's how I came into films. And my first encounter with the film, we were trying to make a small film called Arambh, and we had signed Mr. Nasiruddin Shah and Rajit Kapoor, both National Award winning, one of the finest actors of that time. And that film was basically probing into Bofors. At that time, Bofors was something which everybody wanted to know what happened behind the scenes. But at the last minute, the financiers or the producers backed out, and they said, this is a very daring, courageous subject, and we will be in trouble, so we don't want to make it. And that thought lingered till today. I remember that. But then somebody came to me and said, hey, can you make a film provided you take these and these stars? And when I went to meet those stars for the same film, they said, no, ye sab kya bakwas banate ho? That time a new film had come called Usual Suspects, and somebody said, why don't we make this? And within 15 days, I was able to do multi-starrer casting for Chocolate in 15 days flat. And in 1.5 months, we were shooting with vulgar budgets in London. And that was perhaps the first film which was shot fully in London from India. I said, oh, it's so easy to make these kind of films because no star was willing to work without watching a DVD of some Hollywood film. It's a truth. Then I said, no, hang on. This is not why I came here. I am here to tell real stories, and which is stories which everybody else is scared to tell. It took a lot of time. Then I quit film industry, and I was sitting at home for 2 years. I had no work, Pallavi told me, if we have to make a production house, then we should be committed to making certain kind of films, and whatever happens, we should not compromise. And same thing happened. We never compromised. If you look at the Tashkent files, we not even once compromised. Who would imagine 9 old people sitting in one room and for 2 hours just chatting in a dark room? Kashmir Files, who can imagine you can make a non-starrer films which will do 350 crore rupee business? Similarly, we are now making the vaccine war. Nobody would dare make this film which we are making, and it has Nana Patekar, Pallavi Joshi, Anupam Kher, and lots of talented actors. Then we are making Delhi Files. So we are researching for 3-4 years on one film. We are just committed to make research-based films which are about India, the stories which everybody else is scared to tell.
So your character in Kashmir Files is a curious one, right? Wherein I'm assuming that you play a character whose leaning is not the same as you, like Pallavi Joshi. Your leaning is not the same as that character's leaning. Was it difficult to get into the skin of a character you don't empathize with, you don't understand, and how was that journey?
See, there are two things. Whenever you approach a role, there are two ways that you approach it. A, you look at the role from a very personal point of view, and B, you look at it from an actor's point of view. Let's talk about the actor for a while. Basically, the challenge for any actor comes when we are given characters which we have nothing in common with. And that is actually the beauty of acting also, the profession. So as an actor, I was so happy that Vivek trusted me with a complex character like this. But I don't like Radhika Menon at all. And what had happened was, the reason it became a little difficult for me was my shooting was done on the last 2 days of the film. We shot the entire film, and the last 2 days we shot the college. Now, before that, we had, 4 years before that, we had gone through this entire research for Kashmir, where we had interviewed about 700 people. So we had taken testimonies of people who had lost their near and dear ones. So for this entire period, we had lived with this tragedy. And the one question which kept coming to our minds was, why this news never came out? We always knew that there is terrorism in Kashmir, and the people of Kashmir are suffering. But the narrative that came out was that army was suppressing them, and hence they are becoming terrorists. So it was a very warped kind of a message which was coming. 30 years later, a lot of them still suffer from PTSD. And after having gone through 30 days, 32 days worth of shooting of all this pain, comes a scene where I'm suddenly, negating this whole thing. For me, the story doesn't even exist. For me, this is false. So it did become very difficult. And 2 days before the shoot, I remember I told Vivek I'm not coming to the sets because I was, I couldn't sleep. I was palpitating because I knew that if Radhika Menon doesn't come across the way she has to, then the whole film is just going to come down. So I took 2 days, and then 2 days later I approached this character. And I'll also tell you in a nutshell how I approached her. So yes, it was, a pleasure doing that character, but emotionally it was a roller coaster.
I was watching this interview of yours recently, and someone asked that Kashmir Files gets a lot of its criticism that it has painted the minorities in a negative light, to which your response was that that can't be the case because the first character in the movie is a child who is a Muslim boy, and you show him in a positive light because he helps the protagonist.
The problem is that in this world now, because of social media, anybody comes from anywhere, asks some question. Now, if the film is against minority, who was the minority in Kashmir? Right, number one. Okay, second thing, people say that you have not shown that Muslims were also killed. And nobody, the people who ask this question also know the answer very well. Only those Muslims were killed who were with Bharat or India, who were against terrorism. And if it was such a oppression of Muslims, why didn't even one Muslim left Kashmir, right? Now the thing is, does anybody here know that Indian Constitution mentions the word minority only once? It gives right to life equally to everyone. There is a Supreme Court judgment of, I think, 2002 or 1990, my pass phone mein likha hua hai, exact date mujhe nahi pata, but it's a very recent, not very old, which says that there cannot be any definition of in this country of minority nationally. Because you are Odia.
Yes, sir.
If you come to Maharashtra, you become a minority. And minority in India, Indian Constitution does not recognize religious minority. Indian Constitution says that because the states were divided on the linguistic basis, therefore linguistic minorities are the real minorities. The producer of Kashmir Files was a Muslim. The line producers were Muslims. That little baby who's playing that Krishna is a Muslim girl who played a boy, actually little boy in the film. Our main costume designer is a Muslim. Muslims have loved it. I meet so many Muslims who take pictures with me and say, we can't speak for certain reasons, but that film is so true. We are getting bad name because the intellectuals of Islamic society keep quiet when it comes to terrorism. Ask any young Muslim boy and girl, they suffer every day. When they go outside, in India, people don't look at them like that. The moment they step in Europe and America, everybody thinks he's a terrorist. They suffer because people keep quiet. This film has opened conversation. So therefore, I think Kashmir Files, we never pretended. We always said this film is based on the interviews of the victims of the genocide, and which are Kashmiri Hindu victims. We never claimed this film is about everybody. I'm sorry if I don't make those kind of secular films.
My next question is to you, ma'am. Have you ever been scared for each other's lives?
Well, I will be lying if I say that no, it doesn't matter to me. We had a long discussion which lasted over a few weeks before we made the Kashmir Files. We are not, exactly trying to appease anyone in this film. We are talking about the harsh truths. And subsequently, as the threats started increasing, of course, you get anxious. But the one thing that went in my favor is that I'm not on social media. So I don't know the amount of threats that actually come every day. Since we started Kashmir Files, there must have been only 1 or 2 occasions when I've left Vivek alone. I'm constantly with him. I don't know why.
That's why you. Oh my God! Even I didn't know.
So yeah. So there is always. I'm always walking on hot bricks.
Sir, on a lighter note, I want to ask you, what is your obsession with the word files? Tashkent files, Delhi files now, Kashmir files. Files से क्या आपका इतना मतलब क्या आपका नाता है?
His father was a government employee, you see.
मैंने इतने सारे मुद्दे फाइल्स में दबे हुए देखे इस देश में कि मुझे लगता है कि कई बार ये जो देश है ना फाइल्स के बोझ से ही दबा हुआ है. So that's why these files, and no wonder this word has become so popular. I'm not taking the credit, but a lot of people on social media give me that credit, that when Elon Musk had to take out the Twitter documents, he also called that the Twitter files.
Thank you, Vivek ji.
Thank you,
ma'am. It was a pleasure talking to you.
अंतिम सेशन रे आमे उपनीत हेइछे एवं अंतिम सेशन को आरंभ करिवार समय आसी उपनीत हेइछि.
आपण समस्त को मु आलोचना को स्वागत करुच्ची. मैडम सबुठु बड़ कथा थिला जे शिक्षा क्षेत्र में मध्य गोटे बड़ विपर्य आसीथिला. जेतरे आमे किछि बाट पाउ नथिले, सुजोग भी पाउ नथिले जे आमे कोन करिवा, गोटे हाथ टेकिदिला भले अवस्था थिला, असहायता देखा देइथिला. सेतोले ऑनलाइन शिक्षा गोटे विकल्प बा अल्टरनेटिव भाव में सामना को आसला. कोविड समय खास करी वर्तमान आपन को लागुछि कि जे आपण मानकर जो क्लासरूम शिक्षा को ऑनलाइन रो जो शिक्षा ताहा किछि मात्रा रे प्रभावित करिछि बोली.
So during COVID-19 pandemic period, it was realized that there should be digitalization of the educational system, and the students, they should not be dropped, or they should not waste their 1 year of education. And then government of India, government of Odisha, they started introducing this online platform for the continuity of the education. So in my opinion, that online teaching and learning processes is a welcoming system for the continuity and for the development of the curricular system of the students.
आपण भावंती कि जे ये श्रेणी शिक्षा रो गोटे विकल्प बा अल्टरनेटिव न परिपूरक.
एटा होची परिपूरक. वर्तमान भी हमर ऑफलाइन एजुकेशन सबु बेले प्रायोरिटी पाइबो, किंतु ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन होची गोटे विकल्प. Both online and offline education can be imparted in one hall, that is hybrid mode of education.
प्रोफेसर सेनापति, आपन को लागुछि कि कोनसी ना कोनसी क्षेत्र रे ये गोटे श्रेष्ठ विकल्प है कि वर्तमान सुधा बाहरी छी बा आगामी समय रे बाहरिबो.
Point is, it is one of the medium. ICT, when we are talking of online, it is one of the medium. It cannot replace teacher. That we should keep in mind, because when we are talking about education, it is not only knowledge. It is not only content, it is not only textbook, we have to go beyond textbook. We have to bring out change in their behavior, in their attitude, in their feeling, because that affective domain is more important. For that we need teachers. But it can supplement. But another way is our students should use this ICT particularly as a tool for learning.
सब्यसाची बहुत काफे विषय में शुणी किंतु मैथमेटिक्स काफे विषय मु भी जाननी टिके संक्षेप खाली कहीदेवे व्हाट इज मैथमेटिक्स काफे ऑफलाइन शिक्षा बा श्रेणी शिक्षार ये केबे भी विकल्प हो न पारे अल्टरनेटिव न हो पारे ये को परिपूरक हो पारे किंतु विकल्प हो पारिबो नाही
मु एई एम रे रखतिल जे जतक इकोनॉमिकली बैकवर्ड पिला अछंती तांकु मु केमती अधिक रु अधिक हेल्प कर परिबी मैथमेटिक्स रे ओलंपियाड लेवल रे बेसिक्स क्लियर करई परिबी बट धीरे धीरे तांकर इंटरेस्ट कमिबार लगिला आसिलेनी तो तांको इंटरेस्ट को डेवलप करिया पई किछि फूड स्नैक्स रो ये हला मु अरेंजमेंट कली आ ताकू परवर्ती समय रे ना देली मैथमेटिक्स कैफे ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन मु कहबी ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन गोटे टाइप रो विकल्प हो पारिबो कंप्लीटली ट्रेडिशनल एजुकेशन को से रिप्लेस करि परिबो नाही तार बहुत सारा डिमेरिट्स भी रही आप देखिपारे जो जगह जो मैंने मार्जिनालाइज फैमिली मो पाखक पिला सकाଳେ आसुँच पाखे से ब्रेकफास्ट करनथे ब्रेकफास्ट कौन जानना तो तांकाई जदि मो डिवाइसेस कहबी कि ऑनलाइन टैबलेट कि फोन पाई मु कहूची से तो गोटे बाहाना मिल जो घरे 3-4 पिला अच्छा 10टा ରୁ 5टा धर क्लास है तो से केस रे आपण घरे कौन 5टा कंप्यूटर इनपुट आनिबे कि 5टा फोन भी आनी परिबे
आगामी समय निश्चित भाव में अन्यतम विकल्प बोली चिंता करा जाई पारे ओनली विकल्प बोली चिंता करा जाई न पारे वर्तमान समय किंतु प्रत्येक संकट को हमको सुजोग रे मध्य परिणत करिवार अभ्यास आगु को नहीं कि बढ़िबा को पड़िबो बा ताको आदरिबा को पड़िबो ये आम पे एक बाध्यबाधकता बा चाप न रहो। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपण समस्त को आलोचना रे शामिल होई आपनकर मत रखिथारु थैंक यू वेरी मच।
प्रत्येक समय जितेबाला आम विदाय नियंती कौन सी जिनसर अंतिम पर्यायर पहुँचती शेष हुए सी गोटे नुआ आरंभ पाई रास्ता को परिष्कार करे तो से प्रतिश्रुति सहित जे पुणी आम फेरबू।
OTV Foresight 2023 co-powered by SNM Group, supported by Jindal Steel and Power Limited, co-supported by IMFA, Bharat Masala and MG Minerals. Associate sponsors Rufon Cement, Ashwini Hospital, Paradeep Phosphates Limited, EVOS and Vedic Group of Institutions. Participants MCL Nalco, JSL, Siksha ओ अनुसंधान पुणी थे आउ गोटे संस्करण सहित आर वर्ष आपण मान संगे देखा हम ओटीवी अगणित दर्शक मान मु एवं मो सहित
मु सुनंदन मो साथी सुलग्ना सहित आम आपण विदाय।
नमस्कार, वंदे उत्कल जननी।